Hello everyone, Bigdos is here and welcome to another video. In this video we're gonna talk about the Survival Hunter guide. We're gonna talk about stats, talents, legendaries, all that kind of stuff. At the end of the video I'm gonna show you a weak aura and a macro that I think will help you improve your overall DPS. So if this is something that you like and it helps you out, then consider leaving a like and or subscribing to the channel. It helps me out a ton. Also, if you have feedback for me, please put it in the comment sections. It helps me out. So without further ado, let's start with the video. In 9.2 we finally get our tier set back, and the tier set for Survival Hunter is amazing, and you probably read something online or seen some videos of it. The overall damage of the tier set is just crazy, and to be honest I also think that it will be nerfed eventually because it just so strong. But the two set, and you can see it on the screen as well, when kill command resets, it has a 40% chance to make your next wildfire bomb incur no cooldown. And this is important because you will need to have kill command resets to make your bombs have a chance to incur no cooldown. So playing around kill command is important, and you will see that back into the talents later on. And so keep the tier set definitely in mind, because it doesn't really change our current talent setup, but it is important. And the 4 set, your wildfire bombs deal 30% additional damage, which is amazing already, but this bonus is increased to 80% for the bombs that are empowered, so the bombs that have their cooldown not incurred. This means overall that our damage will go up in AoE for about 20% of our overall damage. It will go up, so that is just crazy amounts. And for single target, it will be a 3 to 6% increase of DPS as well. So our single target is also improved by these bombs. So keep this tier set in mind, because it will affect everything that we play around. For stats, you want to go with agility first. This is the most important stat, and so the higher item level you have, probably the better it is for your overall DPS, because it has the highest agility amount. This is not the case for your rings and your necklaces, because there is no agility on those pieces, and so there your secondary stat is the most important one. The most important secondary stat that you can have is haste. Haste is king for Survival Hunter. Haste is so good because it will lower the cooldown of your carve, which will in turn lower the cooldown of your bombs, but it also will lower the cooldown of your bombs in general. And this is just amazing. And we're gonna play around these bombs all day, every day, and so it's important to have a high amount of haste. After haste, you want to go with a critical strike or versatility. They're even, so it doesn't really matter which one you take. Both are nice. Versatility, especially if you are new to playing Survival Hunter and you are used to playing in range because you played Beast Mastery or Marksman and you decided, hey, this tier set is amazing for survival, so I'm gonna play survival. And suddenly you're in melee and there's a shit ton of affixes that you've never seen before. They are always there, but you've never seen them before because you're at range and you never deal with those fucking mechanics. And so suddenly you have to deal with mechanics, and then comes versatility into play, because versatility will give you a increased damage done and healing done, but also decreases the damage you take. And because you're probably gonna stand in shit more often, because mobs are gonna do frontals that you never knew did frontals, and then you suddenly die to it. So haste, versatility, crit, about even, and mastery, try and ditch as much mastery if you can, so don't go for those items as well. But that is the stats section, and now let's go to the talent section. For talents, you want to go with the following setup. In the first row, you want to go for Alpha Predator. Kill command now has 2 charges and deals 30% increased damage. This is the one that is best just overall DPS wise, although Viper's Venom is up there. But the terms of engagement, just forget that. It's nice that your harpoon deals physical damage, but your harpoon has a certain range, so you have to disengage out, harpoon in all the time. So this is something that doesn't really work. But you want to go with Alpha Predator. And keep in mind your tier set, which I talked about earlier, and which should be on screen somewhere right now. Think about your kill command resets will incur bombs or free bombs. So more kill commands, higher chance to reset your kill command, means higher chance to do more bombs. So this one is the obvious choice. The second row, even more obvious, guerrilla tactics. Wildfire bomb now has 2 charges and the initial explosion deal 100% increased damage. I mean, we want more bombs, right? So why not take this one? Because then you already have 2 charges of bombs, which smoothens out your rotation greatly as well, which is nice. But it is just more bombs, more damage, and your tier set is based around the bomb damage, so you go with this one. Hydra's Bite is okay. Serpent Sting fires arrows at 2 additional enemies, but it's just not enough. And Butchery, don't forget this one. Don't even touch it. Same as terms of engagement. These 2, they don't matter. In the next row, this is a personal preference. You could go Natural Mending because we are kind of weak and we could use all the extra healing. You can go, of course, Camouflage. That way you don't really need to use stealth pots. I personally prefer to use Trailblazer because I like to move with my tank, and I will show you in the rotation part of the video. I prefer to be to the next pack before the tank actually arrives, so I can start dotting up my targets using misdirect on the tank, and then this little bit of movement speed helps in that regard. So there you go. I go with Trailblazer, but it's up to you. On the 35 row, you want to go with Bloodseeker because you already went with Alpha Predator, which gives you more kill commands. Bloodseeker, a kill command causes the target to bleed for a certain amount of damage over 8 seconds. You and your pet gain 10% attack speed for every bleeding enemy within 12 yards. So you have kill commands, which will give bleeds, which will give you more attack speed. So this one is, it's a passive talent, it's easy to play around, and it is the best. Currently, you can play with Steel Trap and Bird of Prey, for example, in single target, but that's that build that's not gonna be played after you manage to get the 2-piece, and I don't know much about raiding in general, so consider every bit of information that I give you, consider it for Mythic Plus, because that's the place that I'm playing at. So yeah, but go for Bloodseeker. In this row, considering you're playing Mythic Plus, go for Binding Shot. Your tank will love you. You will throw down a Binding Shot so he can finally kite the hounds in Halls of Atonement, which will usually kill him if he doesn't. So play with Binding Shot. These other 2 are also options that you can play around, but I would say if you're doing Mythic Plus, go with Binding Shot. On this row, Tip of the Spear is the only one. Flanking Strike was okay. I think it fell off a bit. Same with Mongoose Bite. So just go for Tip of the Spear. Your kill command increases the damage of your next Raptor Strike by 25%, stacking up to 3 times, making you do some very big Raptor Strikes if you stacked it up. And lastly, we talked about bombs the entire fucking time, so here you will go for Wildfire Infusion. This will stop making you have one type of bomb and will give you 3 types of bombs. And these 3 types of bombs will impact your rotation. And so in the rotation section, I will talk about the different color bombs and how they will affect your playstyle. And this talent, I think, makes survival so much fun to play around because it's really reactive and you have to change your playstyle depending on which bomb is coming up. And it also deals more damage because every bomb gives like a certain dot on the enemy, and so you can suddenly have 3 kind of dots on the enemy, which will deal more damage, of course. So you want to go for the Wildfire Infusion talent. And with enough talk about that, we're gonna go to the Soulbinds, conduits, legendaries, and that good stuff. For Mythic Plus, you're gonna be a Kyrian Hunter, and you're gonna play with a Forgelight Prime Mechanicos. This is because your Effuse Anima Accelerator will help you reduce the cooldown of your Resonating Arrow by a lot, by about 20 seconds, I think. This way you can have it up more often, And because you are a very bursty spec, that if you have 2 bombs, then you're good to go. Like you have your resonating arrow and your double bomb, and you burst like crazy. So this one is the one to go. For your conduits, you want to, of course, run with Enfeebled Mark, which increases the damage of your resonating arrow. Besides that, you want to go for Strength of the Pack. When your kill command cooldown is reset, gain 8.5% increased damage for 4.4 seconds. Or the numbers change, of course. But this is very strong, because your kill command resets. And we know of the tier set, and when our kill command resets, we have a chance to get a free bomb. But in the window that our kill command resets, we will also just maybe 40% chance get a free bomb. And so our damage is increased, and the damage of that bomb will then also be increased if we throw it right away. So you want to go for Strength of the Pack. And after that, you can either go for, on this row, you can go for the left side to get another potency conduit. I highly suggest go for Hammer of Genesis, because damaging a new enemy grants you 3% haste for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. And in Mythic Plus, you sometimes have those ads that run in later and later, and that way you will keep your haste buff up. And as stated earlier in the stat department, haste is key. So this will smoothen out your rotation. You will have a lot of haste at the start of the pool, and so because we are very bursty, the start of the pool is very important, and so more haste at the start of the pool is amazing. If you do not want to go with this for some reason, then you can go to the left side and get another potency conduit. And here you have a couple of choices. First off, you can go for Deadly Tandem. Coordinated Assault duration is increased by 8.5 seconds. Numbers change, of course. So your big cooldown stays up for longer, which is nice. You can go for that one. The other one you can go for is Stinging Strike. Your Raptor Strike damage is increased by 9.5%. Also, numbers can change. Personally, I would not go for this one, because especially in Mythic Plus, when you're AoEing, maybe in boss week, you can go for this one. If you're not in boss week, then you're not Raptor Striping that much, so I would not go for this one. I currently have this one slotted. Carve increases the damage of your next Wildfire Bomb explosion by a certain amount, stacks up to 2 times. This is, yeah, you will carve a lot, and because you carve a lot, then your damage of your bombs will go up, and because everything revolves around you doing as much bomb damage as you can, I think this one would be good, but I'm not going for that one. I'm gonna go for the middle one. I'm gonna go for the Hammer of Genesis. Lastly, you will go for Soul Glow Spectrometer. Damage or healing a target analyzes merits over 15 seconds, increasing your damage or healing to it by 1%, increasing by an additional 1% every 3 seconds. So this one gives you just a certain amount of flat damage increase. So you just want to go for this one. Don't go this side. For your endurance conduits, I always say in my videos, go for the one with Feign Dead, because if you use Feign Dead, you will take reduced damage, and go for the Hunter's Mark, because if you use that one, you will gain reduced damage as well. And so on some fights, just Hunter's Mark one mob and Feign Dead when he does his ability, and you suddenly have, for me, it's about 20% damage reduction. And so this is very good to go with. That is the Soulbind and Conduits. For your legendary, sadly, there is not that much choice. You will go for Wildfire Cluster. That's it. You will not pick anything else. We went with Nessing Way Trapping Apparatus in raiding before, but you're not going to go with that anymore, especially if you have the 2-piece. You're going to go with Wildfire Cluster. Your Wildfire Bomb drops an additional cluster of bombs around the targets, each exploding for a certain amount of fire damage. And this is amazing, because you're spamming bombs left and right, and especially if you have the 2 and the 4-piece, then you're throwing out bombs like crazy. And so this one deals a lot of your overall damage. If I look at my dungeon earlier, here you can see, and I do not have the tiers piece. I don't have any. You can see my Wildfire Cluster is at 12.4%, and it's my highest damage dealing ability, and this is gonna go up, I think. So yeah, go for that legendary. And that is all of the Soulbinds and conduits. If you have watched the video so far and you enjoyed it and it helped you out, then consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. It helps me out a ton. Also, if you have feedback for me, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much. Before we dive into the rotation, there are some things that you need to know before you're diving into Survival Hunter and before I'm going to talk about everything. First off, your bombs are a cone and they do a cone-wide damage. So if I, for example, target this front mob and I throw my bomb and I stand myself here, these mobs are in a cone. I throw my bomb and as you can see above their health bars, everyone got hit. Now if I only target, like for example, the back mob and I throw my bomb, as you can see, not everyone gets hit. And so it is important, for example, I target this one again, I throw that mob, and now you can see only 3 got hit. So it is important, now bring my pet back, it is important that you are using your bombs on the target which is closest to you, so you can do a cone-wide damage, and so you position yourself in a way, always that you are behind the mob, but also in a way that your cones are, your cone is actually hitting all the targets. Your bomb, sorry, not your cone. As you can see, there is a survival hunter currently busy, standing and showing off his mad skills. But that is how the bombs work. Now there are 3 types of bombs, which you need to know about if you play with the wildfire infusion, which of course you're gonna do. You're gonna play with them. So the 3 bombs are the shrapnel bomb. Shrapnel pieces the target causing raptor strike and carve to apply a bleed for 9 seconds. Your shrapnel bomb is the blue bomb. So if I go in and I throw my blue bomb, then I do a carve, then you can see a bleed over here. I can do a raptor strike, another raptor strike, and suddenly you can see this guy has like triple bleeds on him. So that is what you want to do with the blue bomb. To be the most efficient about that, and this is not in your opener, but this is when your rotation smoothened out, you want to have high focus when your blue bomb is up. So blue bomb means raptor striking and carving the mobs, and you need high focus. Green bomb, to deal the most damage with your green bomb, which is the volatile bomb, reacts violently with poison, causing an extra explosion against enemies suffering from your serpent sting and refreshes your serpent sting. Well, after a while, as you can see on my unit frame, my blue bomb swaps, so I'm gonna just throw it. Now I have a second green bomb. To deal more damage, I will first need to raptor strike, serpent sting a couple of mobs, and as you can see the cooldown is running out. I'm gonna walk up to them and I'm gonna throw my bomb, and as you can see the cooldown is reset. And it deals also an additional damage. So that is your green bomb. For your green bomb, as a preparation, you want to deal as much raptor strikes, or not raptor strikes again, sorry. You want to deal as much serpent sting as you can, about 4 or 5. Don't go over that because you're focus starving yourself the entire time if you do that. So serpent sting 3, 4, 5 mobs as much as you can. Different mobs, don't serpent sting the same mob, please. Don't do that. Different mobs, and then throw your green bomb. But this is also not in your opener. This is in your when your rotation is underway. And lastly, we will have the pheromone bomb. Your kill command has a 100% chance to reset against targets coated with pheromones. So this is your red bomb. So if you throw your red bomb, then all the targets that got hit and you use your kill command on them, your kill command will instantly reset. Now think about your 2-piece. If your kill command resets, you will get a free bomb with a certain amount of chance. So red bomb, which is now I think one of the worst bombs, will be the best bomb later on. But still. So let's see if I can get a red bomb. No, I can't. I'm gonna use my carve to reduce the cooldown. Then I of course need to send up my pet. The game is not giving me any red bombs to show you guys. So I'm gonna throw this green bomb now. No, I'm not being lucky. As you can see, my next bomb will be a blue bomb. Gonna carve again. Now our next bomb is gonna be a red bomb. And these claw marks means that I get a cooldown reset on my kill command. Now look, I'm gonna carve, now I'm gonna do a red bomb, and now I'm gonna kill command. And as you can see, every mob that I kill command, it will reset instantly. So there was 5 resets in the time that I used the red bomb. Alright, so now we know what to do. On our blue bomb, we want to be high focus, and we want to carve and raptor strikes the mobs as we hit them with the blue bomb. Just carve once, so you can instantly get like 5 bleeds or something on all the mobs, which will then also, because you're probably running Bloodseeker, you will have a bleed on 5 targets. So your auto attacks, your attack speed from you and your pet will be increased by 50% as well. So think about that. Alright, so this is what the blue bomb. We know about the green bomb. For the green bomb, we need to make sure that we have enough serpent stings on the mobs before we throw it. And then we know about the red bomb. And for the red bomb, we want our kill command to reset as much as we can. But think about this. Your kill command is a focus generator. So you want to be low focus when... Sorry about that, guys. You want to be low focus when the red bomb is coming up, so that you have enough focus to use one kill command. That's just that you have one kill command, and you throw your red bomb, and then you kill command that target, and then you can start kill commanding all the different targets. So we're gonna talk about the opener first, and then we're gonna slowly talk about the rotation. And I'm gonna talk about this in a AoE kind of sense, because we're usually playing in Mythic Plus, which is AoE most of the time. So very slowly in your opener, you're gonna activate your coordinated assault combined with trinkets, pots, racials, all the good stuff. And then what you're gonna do is, before you activate all that, and that is what I talked about in the talent section with Trailblazer, I run in front of my tank, I will use misdirect on my tank, and I will start to use my serpent sting on different mobs. Now the tank comes in, I will use coordinated assault, I will use my resonating arrow, I throw a bomb, I instantly carve, throw a bomb again, I will do a couple of kill commands, I carve again, and then I throw another bomb. In this time, I have not looked, and I'm gonna back away now, I have not looked at the color of the bombs. And why is that? Because in that 10-second window of my resonating arrow, I want to throw 3 bombs. The 2 I already have stacked, plus an additional one that I gain from my carve. And so it's very important that you hit 5 targets, or I think with 3 you're gonna make it as well, with your carve in your opening window, because then you can get like 3 bombs in one resonating arrow window. And this will help you burst like crazy. But now we're into the rotation. And like, for example, we're gonna do the opener again. So I'm gonna misdirect my tank. I'm gonna use my serpent sting on a couple of mobs. I will use my coordinated assault, which I don't have. I do the resonating arrow, bomb, carve, bomb. Now I start kill commanding, bomb. There we have it. Now I see the next bomb will be a blue bomb. So I'm gonna make sure that I am high focus. I'm bomb, carve. I can raptor strike maybe the first one. I can maybe raptor strike a second one. And now I carve again. Alright, now the next bomb is gonna be green. So I'm gonna serpent sting a couple of mobs. Bomb, carve. Now my next bomb is gonna be a blue bomb again. So I need to be high focus. But I don't want to like be overcapped. So bomb, carve. Alright, next one is a green bomb. Maybe put some serpent stings in. I got resonating arrow again. Green bomb. Next one is a red bomb. So I'm gonna dump my focus. Now I'm gonna red bomb, kill command. Carve, of course, kill command. Next one is a green bomb again. So I'm making sure that I have serpent stings on some mobs. and green bomb. There you have it. That is what your rotation looks like. You're gonna focus on which bomb is coming up. You will never stay onto 2 stacks of bombs. So you will make sure that if you are 2 stacks, you will throw a bomb. All right? You will use carve on cooldown. This is important because it will reduce the cooldown of your bombs. Besides that, you will serpent sting different targets, and you will use your kill command on different targets, especially, or you only do that if you run with the Bloodseeker talent, because it will bleed different targets, which will give you more attack speed. So this is very important. Make sure that you dot up different targets with your serpent sting. Make sure that you kill command different targets for the bleed, and use your bombs according to what the color does, and make sure that you do not stack on 2. And that is the rotation. And I hope it is clear for you guys. I hope it helps you out. If you have any questions about them, then please ask. And well, I just hope it helps. I'm gonna do the rotation one more time very quickly now in a normal AoE kind of sense of way, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna misdirect, I'm gonna I want to say bloodlust. I'm gonna use everything. I should have dotted before. Carve, different targets, carve again, another bomb. Making sure that I carve again. I see a green bomb. I'm gonna make sure that I have some serpent stings running. Green bomb. And I'm making sure that I constantly using my kill command on different targets. Another green bomb. Make sure that my serpent sting is rolling. Throw a green bomb. Now carve was on cooldown for too long. I could have used it earlier, but I focus starved myself a bit because I'm talking and not concentrating properly. So yeah, that's not the good thing. But this is how your rotation more or less looks like. It sounds more difficult than it actually is. It is not that hard, and it is a lot of fun. But it is something to get used to. So yeah, that's this. At the end of the video, I will show you a macro and a weak aura that I'm using to help you out with your overall DPS. It's focused around kill shot, which we have not talked about that much yet. But guys, if you watched it all the way to the end, then consider leaving a like. Well, not consider, leave a like, subscribe by now. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. So you either skipped to the last part of the video or you watch it all the way to the end. Either way, leave a like and subscribe. But what I'm going to talk about is kill shot. I have not talked about it during the video because I didn't want to really mention it, but there is something that you can do on kill shot to increase your overall DPS. First off, there is a weak aura, which I'm gonna see execute nameplate, which gives an X to the side of the health bar of the enemy that is in kill shot range. You can download it on wego.io. I will link it into the comments. I will link it in the video. So that is something that you can do to increase your overall DPS. Combine that with a macro that I'm using, and I'm gonna look it up for you guys. Where is my kill shot macro? Here it is, which is a mouse over macro, because usually you have big clumps of pools and a lot of enemies, and you can't really see which one is below 20%. This one, just you hover over the pack and just press your keybind with kill shot in it, and you will hit the target with the big X on the side. So if I go and tag this mob, I swipe it twice, there you see the big X. Now I know that I can kill shot it. And that is it. And I hope it helps you out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.